Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are beginning our coverage of the Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. My excitement cannot be contained right now. Welcome, friends.
I have been excited for this book since it was announced.
Yeah, little history, I guess, for those watching. Jacob is pretty much the reason we're covering this. I was probably gonna pick this up anyway, but no, you were like, yeah, we should cover this on the channel, and I was like, you know what? Why the hell not?
I am still annoyed that the podcast proper hasn't covered really anything significant from the female writers outside of the death of Superman.
Jacob, you know for a fact there are reasons for that.
Yeah, sexist reasons.
Yeah, the comics industry being sexist. Yes, I certainly hope you don't think it's my sexism.
No. I just think we could have covered Gail Simone by now, and I had to take matters into my own hands.
And I mean, hey, I will certainly not complain in this case because we've got an amazing first issue here.
I didn't know modern comics could do this, where we get a issue that a first issue, nevertheless, that is devoted to character beats, and that is essentially it. This thing is chock full of. Obviously, Gail Simone is a writer I have been aware of since the beginning of the podcast proper, because she's kind of influential, and arguably influential outside of the comic sphere, in just the sphere of literary criticism, kind of by accident. She's responsible for naming a trope. Also, I really have enjoyed the three episodes we've done on Claremont's Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah, we do have podcast episodes on the Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont. We've covered the first three Masterworks volumes of those, it's kind of fun to be covering more current stuff with a team that is half characters you actually haven't encountered yet in that run, which is really fun.
Okay, I will say characters I am aware of, mainly because our ex-guest Andrew is a massive fan. So I'm aware of Gambit and Rogue, and of course Rogue features pretty heavily in the early 2000s X-Men film.
Yeah, in the Bryan Singer stuff. Let's actually get into the issue now, though. I gotta say, I haven't kept up on any current X-Men comics. I didn't do any of the Krakoa era. I didn't read any of that. I don't know if these are characters I should know or if these are new. I don't know who any of these guys are at the start here.
However, I think, oddly enough, Simone does an excellent job at letting you understand who these what these characters' deal is, as well as we are teasing things for the future of where this run is going. This is also probably important to note. This is one of 3 X-Men books Marvel is putting out right now.
I do have it on my pull list. I haven't gotten to pick it up yet. The first of the main X-Men title. I'm not grabbing the other one actually. And also it's not just restricted to those 3. There are multiple other X books, solo books.
There's going to be a bunch of solo miniseries.
Well, even then there's NYX that they put out. There's a new X-Force that just started up. It is a massive time to be getting into X-Men comics. So I haven't really covered one.
Yeah, this is a relaunch. It's supposed to be new reader friendly. I felt pretty new reader friendly.
I would agree. I will say pretty much the heavy lifting as far as past things that have happened is all done on the main sort of title page when you see our team members, our lineup here right under the title of X-Men. Since their island nation of Krakoa fell, mutants have been left adrift across the globe, including the 4 members of the X-Men. And can Professor Xavier's dream live on? And that's kind of all you need to know. It tells you everything you need to know. I think at least. I was able to pick up pretty easily.
Yeah, and it also helps that Gail Simone is focusing on focusing in on 3 of our 4 team members. but
we do get a little bit of
Yeah,
Nightcrawler.
we get a little bit of
and
Nightcrawler.
I forget. I think there is a fifth one joining the team because there's a fifth hand on this cover. And I forget who it is. I think they might have previously announced it. I forget who it is though.
Is it Jubilee? I think Jubilee's supposed to be on this.
Oh, that's right. I think that's right. Jubilee. I think that's correct.
Supposed to be on this team. It is kind of some of the main characters from the animated Marvel show from the 90s.
I mean, hey,
Plus
why the hell not? Give Gail Simone all the fun ones. Come on.
I mean, okay. Yes, this is true. Also, I like how we are opening this first arc. The story's called Red Wave, and we're opening this with our team not even together by the end of the first issue.
Yeah.
We are taking time, and that time is really, really nice. Like our first page with one of our main characters, with Wolverine, very reflective, gets slightly interrupted because he needs to go fight a dragon.
Yeah, it's a small thing. Go fight a dragon. We get he gets called over to this pyramid.
It's the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico City. This is
and Rogue Gambit are there. They're there to meet up with him, and
they are married and in love, and it is amazing.
You love
also,
seeing...
I don't know if Rogue's got her power thing in check. I think.
Yeah, I again, this is definitely a side effect of neither of us being caught up on anything currently going on with the X-Men, other than this. Because there's a small line where she mentions something about people, how they used to be afraid to touch her. I don't know if that's just a way of saying that people will treat it differently now, or if there's something off with their powers. I don't actually know.
Well, she ends up touching a character later. Don't know how you can really phrase that without sounding weird. But yeah, so there's this dragon sleeping on the Pyramid of the Sun,
who apparently has previously fought the Avengers. So there's that. But yeah, the dragon sleeping on the top of the pyramid, and we are here to fight it. And it's even through this fight scene that sort of breaks out here. Simone takes this time to really cram in some great little character moments, really get to know who these characters are. I feel like even someone that doesn't know who these characters are for some reason would be able to latch onto these characters pretty quickly. Because you're right. I know you mentioned it at the top of the review. But it is an issue focused around character beats and getting to know these people, and I really appreciate
getting to know their relationships. Also, I mean, we have to say David Marquez's art.
Yeah, fucking David Marquez. Oh my god. Yeah, just fantastic.
Just this team is okay. Well, someone who doesn't know a lot of the famous X-Men stories, but has fallen kind of in love with the Claremont stuff that we've read. This is just really solid blending of action and character beats, and just the art just elevates everything. This feels like I hope this is a team that stays on this book for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Please.
I do love how this whole conflict is resolved then, with Gambit really getting to shine and literally making a deal with the dragon, and getting something out of it.
What's it called? There's a thing that they discover that it has an eye of Agamotto.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Doctor Strange doesn't have, apparently.
Yeah.
Gambit makes essally feels like a deal with a Fae in a lot of ways.
yeah, definitely. I do love this little character moment afterwards where Rogue and Gambit go into kiss and Wolverine turns away. Just really funny. Really appreciate that.
We also get the hints of something called Endling that is going to be important later. It's a tease.
Yeah. We then get a call from the other X-Men team over in Alaska. I get a call from Cyclops, say, hey, you guys need to go do something. So, Rogue, Gambit, and Wolverine kind of being together, not actually a team yet, called onto a job. I again, like I said, I do have it ordered, but I have not read X-Men #1 yet. But I am very excited for that team too. Actually, mostly because also much like this run, the writer, I love Jed McKay, who's on that run.
I've heard good things about McKay.
McKay is fantastic. His Moon Knight is unbelievable. Really great stuff. Anyway, we then get a little sort of cut over to a new character by the name of Rosa, also apparently known as Fawn. This is someone being hunted down by people that seem to be going after mutants, it looks like.
Again, a great little tease, great little interlude to sort of help bridge these scenes, especially since, again, we aren't going to get a whole lot of plot here, because we then get this just fantastic sequence. That is, it's there to show the insecurities, and this kind of makes sense. We're going to be framing Rogue as the leader of this team. This is going to be Rogue's team. She's the one who we've basically been in the head of this entire time. And
so essentially, Nightcrawler is at this children's hospital, waiting for the others to arrive. Wolverine, Gambit, and Rogue all get there. They are here to see a kid who is essentially, getting this sort of Make-A-Wish moment. Very reminiscent, I think, actually, of that one issue of Tom King's Wonder Woman recently, which I think is, also equally heartwarming. And also tragic in that way that it's in the way that both of those stories are handled. I love this this kid's reaction to seeing the X-Men, or I suppose previous X-Men. We get some great musings from Rogue's inner monologue here about how he calls the kid calls them X-Men, but they're not a team. The X-Men aren't here actually. Really fascinating stuff.
We also find out this kid is a mutant himself. He's a low-level telepath, but he also has cancer. And they there's this almost there's this spoken tension of, can we really show this kid comfort? Is that all we are now? And of course, then it sadly ends with this kid's time just running out.
I won't read it out because I don't think I could really do it justice, but I absolutely adore the inner monologue that where the aftermath of that scene is being described from Rogue. Fantastic stuff. Simone absolutely nails that. But then, rightfully so, the X-Men...
there's also one moment before they even, right as they're meeting the kid, from Wolverine, where he at least tells the doctor, this kid's parents now,
because I'm guessing it's heightened senses that tells them hey, it's something's going to happen, it's not going to go well. Really just a great build up to what actually does end up being a climactic moment in the middle of this issue, which I find really interesting.
I love that our climax is not some big action scene. It is character focused. It is something that other still involves a dramatic death.
But in a very different way than I think a lot of comics would handle that kind of moment, and I really love that. Our X-Men then, I guess, decide, rightfully so, that they need a bit of a breather after that. They decide to go out into the woods. Gambit knows a guy that can get them, I guess, a cabin to stay in. It seems like. Really nice.
I think it's stated that they're cousins of Gambit. Out in Louisiana. And we end the issue. We end. again, we wind down the issue just ruminating on these questions.
Yeah, they don't know, who they are right now. They don't know if they're a team. The X-Men aren't really a thing right now.
There's a clear, the way our trio is drawn in these scenes specifically with her hair down and just this feeling of stress and loneliness and finding comfort in each other before we end the issue with the appearance of 4 kids and a horse.
Yep. Presumably mutants. I'm assuming related to Fawn that we saw earlier somehow. Someone is coming for them. They ask for help, and that is the end of the issue. I do have to ask, did you do the QR code page thing?
So I quite literally, as we were talking, just pulled it up for the first time because I couldn't get it.
It's pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. It's just it's a little teaser of things to come. There's a little inner monologue, I guess, of some future villain. It seems that's all it is. It's nice. I mean, but people kind of losing their minds over the whole QR.
Honestly, I think it feels a little superfluous.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
It's this last page of the issue proper. That's your ending.
This is again, as I kind of thought it would be when they first announced this. It's just more a tease for the next issue, or I guess rather the story arc that we're currently on. That's all it seems like to me, and that's all it needs to be, I guess. So stop losing your fucking minds over it, guys. All that said, that was the Uncanny X-Men #1.
I am having so much fun with this already.
It's such a great time.
I think #2 comes out soon.
I think.
I think it's. I think it's set to come out or either early next month, maybe. I don't know.
I'll take it. Here. September 11th it comes out.
September 11th. Okay.
Happy 9/11, friends. All that said, thank you all so much for watching. Otherwise, check out other Fresh Face one-shots that we do. We cover mostly DC things, so this is our actual first Fresh Face one-shot that we've covered. That is Marvel. But we do mostly DC things. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman the Brave and the Bold by Various. We're also covering the current miniseries Death in the Family, Robin Lives, as well as the summer DC event that is bleeding into fall, it seems, Absolute Power by Mark Waid, which has been fantastic so far. Also on the main podcast, Fresh Face Comics, we're finishing soon our current Marvel block of episodes. We have an episode coming up very soon, this Monday, about World War Hulk. We had a guest on that, our friend Mason. That was awesome. And we're finishing the block on a little something else. So that'll be coming up soon. And of course, as we already mentioned, there are Uncanny X-Men episodes of Chris Claremont stuff. So there's that. I'm
just happy we're reading an ongoing Marvel title that from the first issue seems really accessible.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't really feel lost.
Other than the prologue, I think.
Even then, Simone was still conveying what I think she wanted to convey there.
Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah, that makes sense. Also our link trees and everything will be in the description below. You can check that out there. Also subscribe to Blood Donut Studios, of course. I think that's all it plugs now. That's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.